Hello, my name is Nelsonator, and I'm here with my friend,
I'm PerishTorch.
and this is Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network 6. Last time, we passed the test for the next level of the Pavilion Operator Navi thing, and Mick's team, Mick and his Navi, got a bit frustrated because they couldn't quite do it. His Navi wandered off, and we have to go into the Undernet now to go save him. So, huzzah! We gotta go find Mick's Navi, Mega Man. One of the things I also just noticed for the first time there, that little antenna dish that we had to jack into, some of like the scaffolding underneath it is see-through because I was able to see Lan Shu through it, and I've never noticed that before. It's really cool. Also, I just got Auto Heal here, which is a Navi customizer program. The nice thing about Auto Heal is it allows you to, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, how can I reshuffle these so that I can get everything into the proper place? But Auto Heal makes it so that you will heal 10% of your max HP after every battle. And considering how many times I got hit over the course of those long, extended battles there, I was like, maybe I should install this. I think this will be a good idea.
Especially for those marathon battles.
I actually don't even remember if it helps in those marathon segments, but I leave it on long enough that I think we will find out. But just wandering around the net here and getting whacked in the face a couple times makes me just go like, you know, maybe I'm not nearly as good at this game as I remember, so let's just throw this on here and make things a little bit easier. But yeah,
It's always nice to have some passive healing to not have to worry as much though.
yeah, I also like how the time bomb just completely blocks the plane. The plane just runs into it, doesn't do any damage, so I could just throw it up there and, make sure I'm and still win that fight. Yeah. The gimmick of the sky area here is that there's a lot of platforms that sort of go up and down to, like, I imagine it's supposed to be like a bunch of layers of clouds that are all sort of stacked up on top of each other. But yeah, it can be a little difficult to navigate, at least at this point, but there are some handy shortcuts that are going to show up soon in the future that I'll be able to take advantage of to make this area really breezy to get through.
So now we've got the shortcuts on Lan's homepage as well as the hub area of Central 3.
Yep, last page I got everyone that I have access to, so I can... Also, this guy was talking in all caps. Now he's small, regular speech again, but I can go between Sky, Green, and Seaside. There's space for one more, and there's one more connection onto Central area, so that'll be something interesting when we eventually are able to see what that is. But yeah, the game is most of the way done here, so we're getting real close.
At least now we can walk from one side of the net to the other.
Yep. Yeah, when you hit the end game and you just want to like wander through the entire internet because you got to fight random encounters to get chips to throw on the chip trader, or you need to get more Zenny or something, it's real fun to just wander over the internet and just walk everywhere. And like,
Or finding gold mystery data.
yeah, because gold mystery data can show up anywhere in the internet, and if you want to hunt it down for the special rewards that are in there, I also like how this lady, like, it's been a while since she's had the fight. She's just loving the floor right there. Just absolutely enjoying hanging out down there. But yeah, this is the Undernet. It's got a lot of spikes. It's got like fangs built into some of the platforms there. This is not a friendly place that you want to hang out at for very long. It's got the danger purple. It's got a lot of red on there too. This place is bad news. We've got two viruses here that I think we see in the Sandworm when I went to Undernet 0 for a little bit, and then the Big Hat will throw a bomb into your area that will flash and inflict a SAS condition on you. For the level 1, it's paralysis. For level 2, I think it's confusion, and level 3, I think is blind. I don't quite remember because I do not like to let these enemies hit me with those. So,
Good to avoid.
yeah. The Flash Bomb battle chip you can get from Big Hat is useful with another battle chip that we'll see as we spend more time in the Undernet. There's a virus in here called, like, the Dark Mech, and if you are paralyzed, it will jump in front of you and slash you for 100 damage. and it also fires out like paralyzing projectiles. So a big hat combined with a dark mech would be a really dangerous combination. And like the battle chip you get from the dark mech hits dudes for 200 damage if they're paralyzed. So the flash bomb from the big hat combined with that battle chip from the dark mech is a really strong combo for wiping out all viruses on the field in a single attack.
And the viruses keep getting stronger.
Yeah. Level 2 fish are now extremely common. And oh look, Train Arrow 2. It comes in the M code. My folder is LM and N coded. Well, I want that in here. Now I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna take out to fit it in. Well, I'm sure I'll find something. Yeah, the Train Arrow 2 was like a staple battle chip back when I had the A code folder at the start of this game. And here's Train Arrow 2 to keep me going strong for this one. What I want to note here is that, hey, we just got expanded memory, so we now have 5 squares. We're 5x5 on the Navi Customizer. Also, this place is labeled Lab Comp 2. Perish, do you remember Lab Comp 1?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay, that's where Heatman currently resides. So if we were to walk over to like the entrance or checkout area at this point, we'd find that it's just like completely grayed out. And that indicates that this is where a Link Navi will be in the future. So very soon, or at some point soon in the future, we'll be able to meet whoever this mysterious person is that exists in, you know, this HP. And I'm at this point, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I get more attack plus onto here? That's the thing I want the most. Can I get this? No? What can I do? But I unfortunately do not take that great of use of my new expanded space here. But, yeah. I mean, it'll be very helpful in the future, but I'm trying to limit myself a little bit at this point and not go beyond the bounds now. But in the future, we'll start to see some very fun stuff happening there.
Sounds good.
So yeah, in the future, one of our friends is going to be hanging out here. Where do I want to go from here? So yeah, we haven't seen Mixed Navi hanging out anywhere. Oh, right. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, let's look at Beast out for a little bit, right? So, well, I picked the worst time to bring it out, but it leaping in front of people means that I can just charge up the claw attack and just sort of beat them down real quick. I like doing that. It's also powered up by how strong your Buster is, and as part of this, you might be able to see, like... Actually, no, you can't, because they have 140 HP, so I just two-shots them regardless. I'm doing a very good job of showing off the game here, aren't I?
You're doing your best.
I don't know. The Step Sword is a battle chip where it hits 3 columns in front of Mega Man, but Mega Man has to sort of step into the zone to be able to swing the sword. So if it's blocked, you can't use the Step Sword battle chip. Another thing to note is that with auto heal on, it doesn't heal you for your maximum HP with the HP memories in place. So instead of healing 55 HP after every battle, I heal 50 HP. Both thing I noticed and wanted to point out.
Still better than nothing, or using sub-chips.
Yep. Yeah. Because I can't remember if this is the first game auto heal showed up in, or if it was in 5 as well. Because, like, it's a very useful concept that should have been around for longer than it is, but it just takes a while to sort of get itself into place and cement itself.
While 3 is the most nostalgic for me, the 6th does a good job of using the best parts of the series.
Yeah.
Also, I was about to comment on where we were going. Could it be to the Cybeast statues we saw earlier?
Yep. I also like how the statue here is a lot different than the one up in Central 3. Like, in Central 3, it's just them standing around, like, sort of a clinical taxidermy style. But here, like, this is some artist's interpretation where they're trying to make them look really cool. So, like, Gregar sort of turned around like it's on the prowl, sort of stalking you. Falzer is brandishing its wings like it's like crowing in victory. Like someone who really loves the Cybeast made these statues. Also, I throw some battle chips. You first.
These are just better statues. Their poses have life and energy to them.
Yep.
Not like the boring ones in Central 3.
If I learned anything from watching one video about Grecian art way back in the day, it's that you gotta like not stand there just straight up. You gotta like turn your hips a little bit. You gotta pop your knee. You gotta look off to the side, and you gotta really exaggerate the musculature on like the abs and the chest and such.
There's a YouTuber I follow called Bardic Broadcasts. He does videos on various nerdy things, and I love his presentation. I first discovered his video about why Hero Quest is the best game ever. There were multiple things that were, quote, the best part of the game, including the barbarian. I always remember the way he said,
"Look at the muscularity."
Yeah. Also, we found the artists that made the statues. They're followers of the Cybeast, and they're going to sacrifice us. Also, I love how Mixed is just like, I guess they don't know that Mega Man has one, and then they just skip right over that. Also, look at the eyes glow on the statue there. Like, man,
I can't believe I'd never noticed that detail before. Really cool.
Yeah. I wonder if this happens every time they do this. Like, the offering escapes. Whatever, we got this guy anyway. We're just gonna keep doing this. Hold up, what's going on? I also like how they just stop for a second. They're just like, wait, we're not just hanging out and chanting weird things? Oh, huh. I also love how immediately, as soon as they see it, they're just like, we know what that is. But yeah, I guess the statue in the background is reacting to Mega Man, and that's why the eyes are blinking. Like, we don't get to see them sacrifice anybody else later on, but I also like how he's talking to this guy, and he's just like, oh, so that's what happened in the Undernet. Well, you should probably give up. And I can't tell if he's talking about Mixed Navi, or if he's talking about what happened with Land. Just like, yeah, you know, I got seized by the Cybeast cult. Yeah. I also like how this guy completely missed the test because he was too scared to walk across the platform.
Obviously the kid didn't trust the umbrella to catch him. I think the guy freaking out about the Undernet said the same thing before Mixed Navy got kidnapped, so he's not reacting to the current crisis. I like how that guy was telling one of the best net battlers in the world that he couldn't possibly handle the Undernet.
Why would you think he is? He's 11 years old. He's in 5th grade.
That does bring up a good question though. People are really close to their novice, like pets or family members. Is Mick just supposed to forget about his old Navy and get a new one?
Yeah. Kid, your dog went to a farm upstate. It's never coming back. No, you can't go visit it. They're really happy where they are. Trust us. But at this point, I decide I'm going to show off Slash Man for going to rescue Mega Man because I think he's a little bit closer than Heat Man. But at the same time, like, all you gotta do is you just gotta reach like a homepage for somebody, and then you can just teleport straight to Skytown and go from there. Which, you know, Heatman's right next to Land's homepage, so it's about the same trip regardless, but this is also a good time to show off Slash Man, and for me to talk about Slash Man, now that we're sort of out of his scenario. Slash Man is probably the worst Link Navi across both versions. His charge attack is really awful, and he doesn't bring anything like float shoes or air shoes to the table. I don't like him at all. So, it's a bit of a shame that he's not good. But we're going to show him off here, and then we're never going to talk about him again, which is exactly what he deserves. So, before I walked up to the Cybeast statues, and I wanted to start talking about that before we went off about muscularity of statues and stuff, I added a couple chips to the folder. Like, I added the Train Arrow too, but I also throw in Gundale's Soul to show it off. If you're out in the sunlight, Gundale's Soul does more damage, and how it works in this game is you hold down the A button, and it will continuously drain health for as long as something is standing inside of the beams. Gundale's Soul is a crossover battle chip that's linked to the Boktai franchise, and all the cameos for that started in 4, and they continued into this game, at least chronologically, but they removed the Boktai tie-in for Battle Network 6 for the English version for whatever reason. So there's a lot of missing content out there that I'm still thinking about whether I'm going to show it off in the LP or not, but it's out there and it's sort of a shame that it's missing. One of the things that we were talking about earlier is, in last episode, was searching the net for gold mystery data. In the drop tables of the gold mystery data, at least from what I remember reading from GameFAQs, you can still get some of the dummied out or removed chips from the Boktai event if you find gold mystery data, I think, here? No, it's not here in the Skytown area. I think it's in the Undernet or in the Graveyard. But you have to find it in those two areas. And you might get money, you might get bug frags, or you might get these mega chips. So it's very unlikely. I ended up spending a lot of time playing in my youth looking for them with never finding them, but that's okay.
For those who don't know the series, the Boktai games had a sunlight sensor on the cartridge, and to recharge your character's weapon you would have to go sit in the sun.
Yep.
Guess the idea was to encourage people to go outside more.
Yep. Yeah, who was... Especially with a handheld system where you can go wherever you want. Who was in charge of the Boktai franchise anyway? Was that Hideo Kojima?
I don't remember.
Okay. Would you please look that up? But I think it's a cameo appearance by the director of the Boktai games in Mega Man Battle Network 4. You'll find a guy hanging out in a haunted house, and he's wearing, like, a do-rag with, like, a rising sun on it, and he quizzes you about the Boktai games. And if you answer all his questions correctly, he gives you something tied to the Boktai franchise. So that's, you know, it's fun that they include these things, and it's just a shame that we didn't get all the content ourselves. Also, good job, me. Whiff.
It seems Kojima was the producer.
Okay. Also, Slashman can't even, like, work fast enough to take out these guys. Like, come on. Also, choosing the Thunderball there is sort of a mistake, but it lets me show off something with these two guys. So, anytime they get hit by electric attacks, it's the same as them getting struck by the lightning. So, if you want them to just fire off the lightning whenever, you can just hit them with an electric attack. There's no point to doing it, but hey, that's interesting, right?
Maybe if you have an element trap down and you're impatient? Also, this battle is going on quite a while.
Oh, I think I remember what I'm doing here now. Yeah, I'm trying to get the, I'm trying to build a program advance here so I can show it off. It's also fun to see these guys just like, yep, we just recovered 100 HP. So these guys are, like, they're sort of a damage challenge. Like, can you do this much damage in this short of a time? Also, yes, there's the program advance. The Great Yo-Yo! Ooh! Isn't it great? Yo, 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 yo! I don't know, it's kind of disappointing, but I'm going to swap now to another program advance that we have access to with these chip codes. The Hyperburst program advance that comes from, like, alphabetically using the spreader 1, the spreader 2, or the spreader 3. You get the same program advance, like, regardless of what you're using. And I'm also going to swap in another program advance that has to do with the Iron Shell series of chips. Because, like, you know, I might as well show these off as I'm playing through the game. It sort of helps to, you know, show it off as I'm going as opposed to one big video at the end. But, yeah, yeah.
Plus, the way you're doing it now is a good way to showcase at what point in the game you would have access to things like program advances, HP memory, etc. I think it's very funny how the Boktai games got done in by a hardware revision. The sunlight sensor on the cartridge would be facing up in a normal Game Boy Advance, but in the SP version would be facing down and away from the sun on the bottom of the system. Unless you laid upside down on a park bench or something.
Yep. At which point, your eyes might be staring towards the sun, so you might be inflicting permanent vision damage on them. But, from what I remember hearing, people figured out a way with, like, a, Wow, I guess I really am going to show off a program advance here. Alright. What you end up doing is, like, you get a UV light, and you just sort of hang out near the UV light while you play them. Apparently that works pretty well. One of the things I wish I could show off at this moment without breaking the mystery data is that using the Buster Ups makes the attack more powerful, so I can, like, better, like, the kunai that are extremely weak that I don't like, I'd be able to, like, empower so they can do something, but the problem is, like, you know, I'd break the mystery data, and I don't want to do that, so let's take a look at Hyperburst. Let's see what Hyperburst can do. Alright, well... Not only do I really want the mystery data, I want to show off the other program advance, Parallel Shell, I think. And lucky me, it came up right here. So let's see what the Parallel Shell can do, right? This is going to be really great. We're going to kill this virus Oh.
You tried.
Yeah. Parallel Shell, like, advances from all the way in your back to the middle column, and then it goes back. And it hits multiple times when it's hitting that middle column, but otherwise it's not particularly useful. We'll get a chance later to see what Hyperburst can actually do, but for the moment, I'm just going to take Parallel Shell out of my folder in disgrace and just sort of leave it there. You know, it's nice to show things off like this, but we need to show my favorite thing, the Corn Fiesta, based on the Corn Shot Battle Chips. Corn Fiesta is a really fun program advance, but I never really get a good chance to show it off during the LP proper, so when I do some of the side content that I'm planning, I gotta show off the Corn Fiesta to its maximum potential. I also like how Slashman's just like, hey, do you want me to cut him? Come on, man. I've got claws and you can't move your hands?
At what point is Lan going to realize Mega Man's state is dangerous?
It's also kind of funny how, like, we came all the way here, and then we gotta fight Mega Man. Lan's like, I can't do that. And then Slashman's like, why did you even bring me here? I also like how Lan immediately connects this dot for, this is the guy that fought Colonel in the Judge Tree compound. But then we see the glowing purple-pink sword coming out of his arms, and we don't say anything else about that.
Man, what incredible speed. Just like before.
He also knows how to go straight to the heart and say something to knock Lan off his game. Huh. What? Who could that be? Who could that possibly be?
There's no way Lan and Mega Man will figure out who that is anytime soon.
Yep. Alright. Goodbye, Mr. Mock. Yep, he's telling us we gotta go straight homes. We've finished class, there's nothing else to do today. I also like how Mick, out of everyone, is the one who feels the worst about what happens yesterday. Also, remember what I said where Mick gets the characterization and Tab gets nothing? He just spends this entire cutscene asking, yo, what happened? You guys gonna tell me? Can't you guys tell me even just a little bit? Like, Tab's just a joke in this game. This game does not care about him at all. He's just trying his best to tag along, but, like, the game doesn't even hide the fact that he's just here to sell you chips, because Higsby has disappeared off to who knows where. Man, I miss Higsby.
Lan and Mick don't seem like very good friends, refusing to tell Tab what's going on.
Yep. They're bad friends, but, like, I think, like, I feel like that's the joke with Tab. Like, he's just the extra man to fill space, and he's not important at all.
Ouch.
I also like how we got told to go straight home. And, like, well, the other things here, I think, so we talked to the kid first, and then we get a different conversation if we talk to the teacher first, but in the time it took to talk to the kid and then go talk to the teacher. He finished the entire homework drill. Like, good job, kid. I also like how they're talking about the copy bot up there. So it's like, where'd it go? I guess it took a walk. Ha ha! That can't happen.
Especially after what happened with the security bots, I'd be more concerned about robots working around on their own.
Yep. Also, man, the weather's really strange, right? Look, it's snowing now. I think this got reused from, what was it called in Battle Network 4? Sharo, I think, was their equivalent of Russia?
Yes.
It was snowing all the time. Oh, so look, here's a new wind effect. We gotta go straight home to protect ourselves from the wind.
I don't think the wind effect looks particularly good,
Yeah.
but at least they tried something.
Yeah, because there was a wind visual in Battle Network 4 when you were doing the Windman event, but this is, well, I guess this is better than the Windman event, because that one, like, changed the color of the screen and got in the way of everything. This is just like, whoa, here's a couple little things. But yeah, Mick has the order service here. The thing that I immediately noted as I was just sort of scrolling down and showing things, well, A, I need that second poison seed for a program advance to show off in the future, but B, I could buy Mega Cannon in the R code right there. It's the one thing I'm missing to go to Giga Cannon 3. Unfortunately, like, I don't have enough chips to really support transferring over to an RST code at this point, so we're going to stick with the high cannons and show off what's in the L, M, and N codes for the short term here.
I think your folder could have been even more ridiculous by this point, but I think you've been spending almost all your money on unlockers.
Yep. I have a compulsion where I do not want to miss the purple mystery data. And so I sort of said, I'm going to get them all as they come up, so let's make sure that my first priority is buying unlockers. And I end the game with, like, 2. So I bought 2 too many. Wasted 8,000 zenny right there. Please be patient. The weather's going to return to normal very shortly. Well, the camera's going crazy. Oh, hello. What's she doing there? I like how Lance Mob is just like, well, just have some fun inside, I guess. Like, that's all she has to say about that. And Land Maker just like, yo, did you see her? Yeah, but why is she there?
Lan's mom is like, hey, is that your sad-looking friend from school?
Oh, yeah, you know, she has some big hair clips and she looks really sad. Like, that's the characterization of Iris, I guess. Alright. But, I don't know. Like, she was watching the news with us. Did she just blink or something? Like, look down at her phone or something?
Glad to see that when the weather is going haywire and people are told to stay home, the flying buses are still running, including the ones 30,000 feet above sea level to Skytown.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with this situation.
Yeah, that's the first thing. I also like how the maid, who's like working at the toy comp out there, like she's the only one left, but she does not have winter clothes at all. So like, she's just standing there screaming to the sky when she's gonna get frostbite in a couple minutes. Like, good job. I also like how the director's like, yeah, we had the weird weather and everyone went home, and I'm sitting here like, you sure you couldn't turn the aquarium into, like, a shelter or something? That seems like a good thing for it to do. But yeah,
maybe he and his employees should have gone home to be safe, if the customers had already left.
Maybe. Yeah, but they're all paid to be there. I also I go around the world here just to sort of see the weird weather that's going on. Whereas here, it's just like, I wonder if the lotus flowers are tied into the weather. I don't know what's going on here. Like, is it just really overcast? Is there lightning going on in the background? I can't really figure out what's going on here.
Oh no, it is no longer perfectly sunny. How will the plants survive?
Clouds, how can this happen? Like, one of the places I looked at for going to college was Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and like, the weather is perfect there year-round. Like, a constant 60 to 80 degrees. There's 1 or 2 days of rain. It's really close to the coast. And, like, the people who live there must be like that lady in Greentown, where, like, the day it rains, it's just like, oh, the world's ending! But yeah, next time, we're going to talk to Miss Ann Zapp and do the Elect Man scenario. I hope y'all have a nice day.
See ya.